Recording in progress.
All right.
All the technology in that voice just sounds so artificial.
Doesn't it really? Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's
Recording in progress. Like,
they got to give it some voice. I mean,
I guess they got to give it something, don't they?
I was giving my wife shit for her GPS because she never changed it off of the British lady voice. And we were driving somewhere, and she had her GPS on. Lady's voice came over. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Mine has been on Irish lady for quite a while. I gotta tell you, I find it kind of soothing in traffic, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not like, drunken soccer hooligan Irish lady. It's like, classy, high class, good job, proper Irish lady. Like,
yeah, there you go.
Turn right here. Like, it's pretty great, actually.
Nice.
Very good. Well, here we are, man.
Again.
Yes, man. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. You got big plans?
It's actually going to be very similar to last year, which I'm sure yours is. I had it on my list of things here. We're going back to my cousin Desiree and Dustin's again.
Okay.
They put on a great time. They're great hosts, and the family all shows up. I mean, it's kind of bulletproof, For the matter of driving, it's not even that far. It's a pretty good one. Now, do I have a turkey in the freezer because I'm going to cook my own turkey, so I have a whole bunch of turkey leftovers? Absolutely, I am. Like I do every year.
Yeah.
But that's usually pretty much the thing. And what I'm bringing is going to come up later because I'm going to cause some strife between you and I. I don't want to, but I feel it's important. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we haven't really had an argument about something in a while, and I found one that we're definitely going to be able to have an argument about. So I'm looking forward to it. Good. How about yourself? The usual staying home, all turkey, no ham? That's the deal?
Yeah, I don't do... I thought about trying to smoke a ham this year. And then I'm like, no, I like leftover... I really like leftover turkey sandwiches. Like
the leftover turkey sandwich is pretty good.
Like I don't know what it is. I think it's like a link to my youth, but yeah, I really like because I eat the dark meat on the turkey, right? And nobody else really eats the dark meat, and dark meat sandwiches. Love me.
So on that note, folks, if you're listening to this one, just a quick reminder: if you haven't listened already, last year's episode for Thanksgiving was episode number 59.
Yeah.
You can go back and check that out, if for no other reason than our statistics on the dangers of deep frying turkeys alone.
Right. God love crispy. Come on, crispy.
Go back and listen again. If for no other reason, go back and listen for that. The statistics of people having problems deep frying turkeys. I listened back to the episode to make sure I wasn't, repeating ourselves. It still made me laugh, and I knew it was coming. So
900 home fires?
It was in the range of 900 homes, between homes and people, and so. But we had a slightly. We have things to be thankful for this year. You were very successful this year in the hunting season.
Yeah. My trophy buck this year.
Absolute trophy buck, fantastic looking one. We harvested a great deer. We are at the time of this recording in a little bit of pickle because we're trying to split one deer amongst I'm thinking 4 to 5.5 people, which is going to be kind of confusing. So hopefully I can put a little update in by the time this comes out and just let everybody know that we had a little more success.
And the episode after this one, just so everybody knows, we'll give. I'm pushing. And I'm just going to make the decision. That's going to be our hunting season one because we need to have a full recap. It's been interesting this year.
Yeah, it definitely has. I'm gonna ignore everything but just the basics for today because we are talking about Thanksgiving and whatnot we're thankful for. I was extremely thankful that my big brother came in from Nova Scotia and went out to the hunting shack this week, this hunting season with us. And beyond that, I took him to Lambeau Field for the first time, caught a football game on a chilly night. It was a good trip. Nice of him to make the trip down, and it was. I'm so happy you could finally make it down. He's got a little more flexibility now. His kid's roller, so it was pretty great. Yeah, we could have had a little more success on a bunch of fronts. hunting. The football game was a little dull, but hey, you can't win them all, buddy. What do you do?
Yep. No,
So
it was really cool to see your brother again. Greg's always a riot. He is our fact checker. He did text us the other day about doing a couple of things. I think the bridge, and he
yeah, so I said the bridge that they've been working on forever, perpetually back home was like 50 yards. He said it was more like 200. Okay, yes, is that 4 times as big? Sure, but also in the spirit of the conversation, Greg, it was a bit nitpicky, buddy. Like, sometimes you over exaggerate or under, deliver for satirical effect. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was certainly longer than 50 yards. But
fun.
thank you. We do want you to continue to fact check us. Please do. But yes, I was a little off on
he
that.
he busted my chops in that text for taking another pot shot at EVs.
Yes,
it was
also,
during
yeah.
our highway work episode. So yeah,
Yeah, he's no, he definitely has some opinions just like I do, and God love him for it. Keep him coming. We really, really like it.
yeah, absolutely, it's great.
So that being said, man, I wanted to talk to you quick. We just quickly had a little chat about, like you're all turkey, you're anti-ham.
I'm not anti-ham. I
Are you
just
making
like
a ham?
turkey.
Are you making a ham for Thanksgiving?
No,
Then you're anti-ham.
I'm not. No,
It's
I'm not anti-ham.
if you're pro something, you do it, and if you're anti, you don't.
No,
It's as
I'm
simple
not,
as that.
I'm not against ham. I like a good ham for Thanksgiving. I just
then
prefer
why don't
turkey.
you? But why not make both? Do you not love your family enough to serve them?
Okay, so most of my family, God love them, they're not ham fans. I'm the ham fan.
Oh, so you are a fan. You just don't make it because it's
It would
a
just be
waste?
me idiot. Like,
Okay.
and I just can't justify that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna lay the facts on you here.
Okay,
Okay.
do it.
This is Nielsen, so this is the people who used to and still probably do track how many people watch a television show, the Nielsen ratings, right?
Sure.
But they also track lots of other statistics and things for the industries.
Okay.
This is last year now. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. 365 million pounds of turkey were purchased the week prior to Thanksgiving. So
What?
1,000,000 pounds a day for a year.
Wow. Holy crap.
Right. So that's the week leading up to the Thanksgiving, right? Now, do they sell all of those? No. Right? That's what the sellers are buying.
Sure.
So the stores, right?
Right.
Let's assume though they set a certain price so 2 weeks before, and then maybe they drop it a little the week before, and then a few days before it goes up a little, and then after the holiday they drop it way down to sell a bunch, and they get stuck with whatever the percentage is. I couldn't find it.
You can buy turkeys all year.
You can certainly can buy turkeys all year. That's absolutely true. But the deals are this time of year. I was just talking to my missus about it the other day. I'm going to talk about a couple of things today, folks, but there's been a few things in my life that made me realize I'm certainly a full-fledged adult now because I've been having some real adult moments. It bothered me a bit to start, and now I'm settling into the fact that I'm 47. I'm a full-fledged adult. It's okay. Although my wife did give me grief about one in particular, which I'll be honest and bring up. I specifically spoke to my spouse probably a month ago and said, hey, if you see, because everything is more expensive now for food, we've talked about before.
Yeah, man.
Back in the day, a 79-cent a pound turkey or less for one of the two kind of big brands locally was a smoking deal.
Oh, yeah.
If you see it for less than 80 cents,
Bang.
buy a 16 to 20 pound turkey ASAP, right?
Yeah, buy two of them.
Buy two of them, right? Like we can freeze them. They freeze up real good. You know what I mean? They're already frozen when you get them. They're perfect.
Yep.
This year, that number ended up being more like $1.30.
Yeah.
As it, again, getting older, I'm like, I hate to be the guy who goes, back in my day. It's not even back in my day. Back in our day, 5 fucking years ago.
5 years before COVID.
Right, it was 60 cents cheaper. It's 40% more now is what it is. For the exact same product, which you hope is the same product. They might have had to cut some corners too, right?
Yep.
That's a big swing. And, this time of year, if you're trying to feed the family on Thanksgiving, you're talking the difference between a 10-pound turkey being, $8 and $16. For most people, that's probably not a break the bank thing. For some people, it is, man.
Yeah.
The turkey that you had booked for is now 40% more than it was years before. And God knows, maybe you got more family, more kids, somebody married in, you're trying to feed.
Yeah, dude.
It's tough, buddy.
It doesn't matter what you buy. Thanksgiving dinner in general, overall cost is 40 to 60% higher across the board for everything that you buy.
Right. We don't have to be super concerned. $20 here or there on the cost of a turkey for me ain't breaking the bank. But we got to be aware. We're fortunate. First world problems, and there's people out there who budget to make some of these events happen. And God love yous out there. I personally am going out. I'm buying a handful of turkeys, a few days before, and I'm going to donate them right that day. Like, I'm trying to look back and go, man, like I'm so lucky. Least I can do is, I can buy $100 worth of turkeys. Like, screw it.
Yeah.
So public service announcement, folks, go out and buy one of those even paper bags at the grocery store that donate to folks.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? There's different price tags right on them. It's got a bunch of canned goods, stuff that'll help people get through the holidays, might take a little pressure off. If you're at the grocery store and you're picking stuff up, spend an extra $10, $20, $25. Buy one of those bags, donate to people, like help everybody out, right?
Your local food shelf gets actually hit really hard this time of year. Really
Yes,
hard.
they get demolished. They get absolutely demolished, buddy. It's a shame. So not to try to sound all frou-frou kids, but seriously, like, try to do something.
Yep.
And on the old man thing, I've mentioned very recently, buddy, I had lost all of my cheater glasses. I bought 3 pairs. I bought them from the Costco, 3-pack, $15, $16, whatever it was.
Yep.
About a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before this recording, I blamed my wife for my glasses all being missing. She tends to put her things down in different places every time, whereas I put mine things down in the exact same place so I know where they are. And I kind of held a real hard line about this with her right before I went away for a few days to go hunt with all you boys. Turns out, no, I lost all my glasses. I found them all in the exact places that I set them down, and now I have all 3 pairs back, so you'll be happy to know.
That's good.
I unfortunately had to bend over and take one for my wife because, not literally but figuratively, folks. If you toe a hard line with your spouse and it turns out you're wrong, just be honest. So I had to fess up and go, yeah, remember how I was giving you shit about losing my glasses? Wasn't you. I lost them myself. Sorry about all that.
Yeah. The important part is, honey, I'm sorry.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Start with that and don't explain too much later, and don't use the word but and or like.
Yeah.
Just
never use the word but.
Yeah.
Everything before that
is okay
bullshit.
as long as the words after that are I also love you.
Yep. So. And also you're amazing.
Yeah, you gotta. Exactly. This is good times you to do that. So, would you rather? I'm going to give you the choice, buddy. Last time we did this was episode 59 last year. We talked about the kind of like a trending Black Friday stuff. We talked Black Friday statistics. We're not going to do that this year.
Black Friday.
Yeah, Black Friday is Black Friday. We all understand, right? We also did some of the more popular, common gifts for the man or woman in your life, however it may be, right? Yep. We can talk about what is the new purchasing trends, but not for people, another realm, or we can talk about some of the kind of fun tech trends that are out there for Thanksgiving times. What would you rather start with? The first one is going to annoy you a bit. The second one you'll enjoy, probably.
Oh, let's do the first one.
All right.
Let's do the first one.
What we're going to talk about is this is the new Black Friday gift guide for pets and pet owners. So we're going to, I know, I knew this was going to bug you, man. Some of them are obvious and the other ones are just annoying as hell, but it's important to talk about it. So I've mentioned recently, I'm a new dog owner again. So we had dog before, we took a little break. We'll just start out with some real simple stuff. Obviously, the treat pouch. I have a treat pouch when I take her for a walk, take her to the dog park, whatever. It's a real good sort of command and control, for lack of a better word. They obviously sell real simple ones to real fancy ones. You just kind of have a treat full of little tiny treats, pouch full of little tiny treats over your shoulder all the time. The dog does something good. Here you go. Here's a little treat. It's kind of like it's a lure. It helps, right?
Yep.
The pet wants to kind of stay close. There's value to being close to you, and they learn that lesson, right?
So you're carrying a purse now.
Oh, look, dude, I'm carrying a dog treat purse every time I go out with the dog. I absolutely am. I sling it over my shoulder.
Here,
I'm not even proud at all. It's
here's the thing.
yes,
Here's the thing with how you're doing it though, right? You are reinforcing a training that you took the dog to,
yes.
and that's what's important. It doesn't matter what you carry your treats in. The bags, I'm looking at them. That's convenient as shit.
Right, sure. Yeah, I could put them in my pocket.
I used to carry Cheerios in my pocket from when I was training my dog, and that got messy because I'd forget them and then they'd go in the wash machine, and that makes a slime ball that you just can't imagine.
Yes, that was my problem. We're electricians, and this definitely happens with other trades as well. I just believe that with all the extra small little detail things that we deal with all the time, it's probably a biggest problem for electricians. You come home with a pocket with a handful of screws and some wire nuts and a couple of nuts and bolts. Sometimes it like
Yep.
right, they end up in the washing machine. I don't need to be putting dog treats in the pocket of random coats and sweaters to then cause some sort of mess, right?
And then forget them.
Or I take that sweater or coat or whatever off, hang it up, lay it down, forget, and all of a sudden, hey, why is the dog tearing the pouch off my favorite hoodie? Fuck! Fucking dog treats, fuck. Like, I don't want to deal with all that.
Right,
So it goes in the dog treat purse. I'm even going to call it a purse. I'm fine, right?
Yeah,
That one makes sense, right? They obviously throw in a few of these no pull harnesses.
Yeah.
That stuff is always real popular. Oh, your dog pulls because you didn't train them right or they're aggressive, so you get some fancy harness that I don't know if they work, maybe.
Not really. They just
Right.
pull in the harness. It just makes it so the leash and collar
to the
doesn't- can't
side
come
instead
off.
of from their back, right? Like it is what it is. They always throw in some sort of training. So this is like a 2-pack of just the clickers for people who are really official with training their dog.
Yep.
Which, had I been smart, which I've never claimed to be, I probably should have done this with our new puppy instead of. So the come and Ripley, so her name's Ripley, everybody knows, anybody listen, right? A nice stern come, Ripley. She comes running up, right? Most, not obvious, I'll be honest, not 100%, but she's in the 90th percentile. She's doing very well.
Yeah, she is doing very well.
But when she doesn't listen the first time, I whistle. And she almost always comes then. That's in the 97th percentile.
Yep.
Not thinking that my wife can't whistle. I regret starting that trend.
you
It's
fucked
too
over
late
your
now,
wife.
probably. I should have thought about one of these little clicker buttons that the dogs hear. It's sort of like a cling ultrasonic. It's like the old school TV clickers.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't hear the noise, but it was enough to vibrate the deal in the TV and it would change the knob, right?
Yep.
Why they called them
Clickers.
right?
Right.
So that one would be okay, but here's where it gets a little. The Rover Lund, that's the brand.
Yep.
And eye-catching is what they call it. Airline compliant pet carrier.
I hope to God you can get it in different colors because that hot pink just not working for me.
So, in my head, if I picture someone carrying their dog or cat onto a plane,
Yep.
this seems like the most appropriate color for that. If I picture that individual in my head, they have a hot pink animal carrier.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough, yeah.
I don't see a bunch of business women or businessmen in suits and ties and laptop cases also carrying a Louis Vuitton soft leather animal carrier. You know what I'm saying? That's Buffy. Buffy's bringing her chihuahua on the plane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's kind of where I'm getting at. I loved this one. We get into the Pets Fit small dog, specifically, car seat carrier. It's basically a fluffy crate that you can strap into your car seat like a child seat.
Oh, yeah. That dog's definitely going to stay in that fucking box.
Yeah.
Not a chance in hell.
That's a Pomeranian, right?
Right.
So that dog is bouncing out in the least little speed bump.
Right. Not only that, he's just going to climb the fuck out of it.
Right, yeah. That dog is definitely not staying in there.
No, fuck no.
It gets to be very similar things and worse from here on out. The Wag Fur dog purse carrier, it's very similar to, I would just call it a square-ish duffel bag with fur on the inside so you can put your dog in, and if you zip it all the way closed, there's an open mesh so the dog can look out and breathe.
Why do they keep using Pomeranians?
Because people who have, I'm going to assume, little dog purses and little dog carriers have normally very small, tiny, prissy dogs, and what other dog is as small and tiny as Prissy as a Pomeranian.
I've seen more people carrying fucking Chihuahuas around with them than Pomeranians.
Chihuahuas certainly would be on the list, right?
Fucking evil goddamn dogs.
Right. So I'm skipping over one that's just like a fancy tall dog bowl. It doesn't even seem to be anything other than just a basic plastic molded dog bowl.
Elevated dog feeder.
Right, yeah. There's a million elevated dog bowls, and
Yeah.
this one looks kind of cheesy at best. So there it is. Uh, a plush toy. That's obviously a dog's best friend, especially. They like tearing the fur out.
Yeah, dude, my dog would have those fucking destroyed in like 10 minutes tops.
Listen, I can tell you two things, all right? A, I love how saying somebody pointed out this earlier. I do this to be funny, folks. I know I just said I'll point out two things and then I'll say A and B. I do it to be cute. It's not a mental block or anything. Mine has taken to tearing up these toys from what would be the theoretical air quotes belly and like eviscerating them. It's very rarely the head or the legs. She goes instinctively, like pulls out the belly fluff. We'll call it fluff, whatever it is, the polyethylene,
Yep.
And very recently, somebody was coming over to the house one day for something, and I was just taking a walk around, just organizing up, cleaning up a little before company, right? I took a full walk around my upstairs. I picked up strings from the toys and fluff and all the just remnants and was throwing them in the trash. I made a whole full loop, threw them in the trash, walked back out to pick out something else, and saw 10 other things that I missed. Now, it didn't happen between the time, but there's just so many things that she's got tore up on the floor from her toys that I just simply miss them.
Oh, that's too funny.
So
We buy our dog, and our dog's a corgi. He's not really known for being aggressive, but man, does he love his toys. And he will tear apart if they are anything other than like those tough toys. He will shred those things in literally 10 minutes. He'll have all the stuffing out, the squeaker out. Like, the squeaker gets him. And so if it's soft enough and it has a squeaker, that thing ain't making it. Nah.
the people who sell these toys know what they're doing. Okay. They make them. It works out in every angle, really, I would think, from them. They make them shitty enough that the dogs can tear them up real quick, destroy them so fast. They know they're going to pull out the squeakers, and somehow that noise and feeling, and it's an animal instinct of you grabbing an animal and the animal squeaking, right?
Oh, that's exactly what that is.
It's in their DNA, right?
Yeah, it's a rodent. It's a rodent noise.
You're right. It's a rodent noise. That was a squirrel, a rabbit. Like, yeah, I get it. They don't want to make those toys good.
No.
And the companies that do the tough toy one, they know what they're doing because they're 5 times the price.
Yep.
And yeah, you have a different breed of dog from mine for sure. Even the tough toys, I mean, she's tearing those up significantly quick. If it isn't something that takes treats, like one of the little Kong bones,
Sure.
right? Yep. If it isn't something that she gets some benefit out of the thing,
Yep.
it's gone. It doesn't matter how tough they say they are. Like, she's gonna tear the shit out of it. Although I will tell you, buddy, I have, with my previous dog and this one, made what I believe is one of my smartest decisions of dog ownership. I had my last dog trained perfectly on it, and Ripley as well on her way. I don't want them swallowing the squeakers.
Right.
I had the last dog trained, like I said, just tickety-boo, and the new one is real getting there. When you get the squeaker out, you bring the squeaker to me, and I trade you for a good treat. Not one of these bullshit broken in half bone nonsenses that the dogs are smart enough to know you're fucking them, right? Like, they know you're breaking that in half, right? Full-fledged treat. Like, you bring me a squeaker, I give you a treat. She's starting to get it.
That's funny.
Yeah, if you got a dog who has those, listen, folks, the dogs can swallow those if they're excited, and when they get them out, they're excited. If your dog gets the squeaker out, get the squeaker away from your dog. Just teach them to trade you. That's not good.
We just had a couple of dog toys. Hate to stay on this subject too long. But we had a couple of these. We call them monsters because they look like little monsters.
Sure.
And he tore them apart in under 10 minutes because they were made that way. But the ball in there it was a squeaker ball, but when he got it out, it's like they designed it to be tore out. And so then he would have a teeth and gum massaging, teeth cleaning ball to chew on. And it was a ball that had like rubber spikes on it
Oh
all
yeah,
the way
for
around
it.
it.
That's great.
And I'm all like, oh, that's awesome. So I just let him keep the ball. Like, he couldn't chew through the ball. There was no way. It was
See,
made well enough. But then the hang up is all of a sudden he's over there, gnawing on this thing and, and it's rubbing his teeth. Well, now his gums are bleeding. And then his paw gets blood on it because he's holding the ball. And then he's licking his paw. And then I'm like, all right, balls are gone. Throw those in the goddamn trash.
listen, here's the thing with pets. They will get hyper focused on things.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is what it is, right? So, but yeah, I do like that they thought ahead a little bit for the, teeth cleaning, whatever, right? As long as it's, again, they're cutting costs, they want cheap toys, they want you to buy lots, they want the dog to destroy them. Like, it's a whole thing. I get it.
Sure.
But you could at least make the squeakers big enough that the likelihood of them swallowing one would be pretty slim. I don't like that they're just the right sort of size that a dog could accidentally like, and that'd be the end of them, right? Like,
Right.
or you're paying to have something taken out of their stomach, which I've done with a previous dog, and that obviously, folks, ain't cheap.
Nope.
So
Nope.
let's not get too hung up. The next one is obviously some of these fake grass pee pads for the dogs. Hey, teach your dog to go outside. Simple as that.
Yeah. No, that's. I'm reading this deal. I don't even think that's a pea pad. It's just a chunk of fake grass. Am I wrong?
Oh, you could be right.
They're just.
Okay, I take that part back. I assumed this was a fake
I
grass,
thought that too.
but now, if so, you saw that from reading the description. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take it. We'll dig in deep here. Okay.
Okay.
So, group of apartment dwelling puppy parents always rave about these. Okay, fresh pads of real grass. Oh, it's real. Oh, hold on a sec. It's real grass. Okay, hold on. I totally assumed. My fault entirely, folks. We're going to take a totally different tack here.
That's why it's disposable.
I thought these were, yeah. I thought it was fake looking grass
too.
for you to put out for your dog to pee on. No. It's actual pieces of real grass that you get in the mail that you could put on a balcony or a cement patio or something for your dog so they had like real grass. Now, I'm still going to jump back because you were talking about city dwelling dogs here, right?
Right.
Okay. What's their first reaction when they're standing on a piece of real grass going to be, whether it's on your pad? It's still going to be a pea pad, right?
They're definitely pissing on that grass.
But again, if you had that natural feel, so let's say you have an apartment, you live in a city or something, you get a handful of these, you put them out, the dog has a little grass patch, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least then the dog could go on the patio instead of maybe taking it down your whatever flight elevator out to the dog park back. Maybe this is kind of an in-between, let the dog out in the patio or out in the little concrete walkway on the real grass, take a leak, do your business, come on back in. Like, I actually turned around on this. I was totally against this, but now that I see what it is, it's actually grass.
It depends on what's underneath them, because if that's just going to pee straight through the friggin' balcony to the next level balcony, that's not good.
All right, but I mean, think about this though, Mike. Let's say you had, one or two or three or four of these. According to the picture and the size of this dog, I'm going to call this a foot by a foot and a half.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a Labradoodle or Golden Doodle of some sort sitting on that thing.
And a puppy at that.
Puppy
right?
at that, yeah.
So, yeah, let's call this a foot by 18 inches maybe. You get four of those, you put it out there. It would absorb enough. Anything on top you could clean up like you would on normal grass as a responsible pet owner.
I'll get behind it. I don't know how you are. I feel really bad when I see these apartment complexes because we've wired them. We've set up the lights on for the little, pet area, the fake turf, dog runner that they have.
Right.
I feel so bad for those animals that those people get. I mean, because I've seen people with full-size Rottweilers, Golden Retrievers, St. Bernards in these places. It's all like, what are you doing to that dog? He has nowhere to go. None.
Yeah, I saw the same thing very recently, and you're right. It's disturbing, buddy. Like, you have a great, you love your dog. That's fantastic. You have a full-size dog who has a tiny little inner city apartment, and
Right.
they're most of the time, let's say a best case scenario, okay? Somebody who walks their dog twice a day.
Right.
Best case scenario, someone who goes to work from 9 to 5 and is diligent enough to get up early and take their dog for a legitimate walk. And then when they come home after work, which half the year is dark, and
Yep.
still take them for another one. Best case scenario,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, by the way, summertime, the concrete's 150 degrees, and wintertime, it's below zero for weeks on it.
Right. Like, it's real easy to pass on that after a long day at work. You just came in out of the cold and you look at the dog and go, "You're all right. We'll take you out to pee quick. You don't need to go for a walk." Like, I understand the ease of just going, fuck it. But
Yeah.
I do. I agree with what you're saying. I feel awful for those dogs, right?
It's so fucking bad.
We
Anyway,
run down the list. Obviously, there's some fancy hair remover thing. This has always been a fad. Every few years, there's a new one. I just saw on Instagram today. They show all the different versions, and then somebody puts the little glove on, and it picks all the hair up and perfectly rolls it to the center of the.
right.
It's all the fad, right? Hey, you got dogs and cats. You're gonna have goddamn fur over things.
Yeah.
Vacuum.
Yeah.
Get a pet strength vacuum cleaner. Almost every major brand sells one
Yep.
that's literally says like their pet version.
Yep.
It's made for that. Don't be cheap. Buy a good one.
I'll tell you what, when it comes to these, I just saw that fur thing, right? I bought these combs, you can call them. And I swear to God, there isn't anything works better on the fabric couch and shit like that. It just takes it all off. Then I just vacuum up the wadded fucking fur. It's great.
Well, also here's the cynical part in me too, right? Again, I saw and I admit I pay attention to these things, folks, because I have a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So if I saw something like, hey, that product is just what we need. Now, fortunately, we get really low shed dogs, specifically because they're low shed, right? But
Right.
you don't know if the product they're showing was on that very specific kind of material
Right.
with the very specific kind of fur or hair on that particular dog. They're obviously showing the best possible version to try to sell them.
Yep.
That might not work with my dog's fur, you know?
Might not. Right.
Like it is what it is. You got to think of the big picture. I understand they try to make it look great and sell products. Like, I'm not against capitalism, folks. I'm really not.
Hey, if you're going to own an animal, you better just plan on part of that expense figuring out, buying and trying a bunch of different shit until you figure out what works.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
Well, and again, like, God love my spouse. There's things that I'm diligent with pets in the house. There's things that she's more diligent with. Like, we're a good team.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of the just plug-in Dyson, rechargeable battery operated vacuums, right? But we got the animal
Yep.
for animal hair. And so she diligently runs that around the furniture and the carpets and stuff real quick, regularly, so it doesn't turn into a problem.
Yep.
That's the deal. Like, clean up regularly and your dog's fur and stuff won't turn into a problem.
Yep.
But if you're doing that every week, well, that's too late. That dog is shed for a whole week in the house. You petted that dog for a whole week in the house,
Right.
and thought, no, I'll just do it once a week. No, you won't. Regularly, more and more often.
Right.
This one, as a dog owner, I got to tell you, I might consider buying one of these. This is the Furbo 360-degree dog camera. Okay, I don't want to be checking in on my pet all day. Now, with our dog, she's in the kennel all day anyway, but eventually she will earn her freedom down the road, a year or two or three, where she can just be out,
Right.
This one in particular, from your phone, it's obviously everything is apps now, right? You can look at your dog, check in, see how they're doing, and dispense treats. Yeah, see, you have the same look on your face for people who can't see. It's ridiculous, but John and I are both like, that's pretty great for the pet. Like, I give my dog a treat in the middle of the day. You're being a good girl. Here's a treat. Like,
That's not what I'm going with.
what are you going with?
That's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, I thought you were on board here.
No. Like, no. One, I don't agree with pet cameras.
It's a bit ridiculous.
If your pet finally earns the freedom and you come home, one, if they're on the camera and you see them fucking something up, it's already too late. The damage is done. But if you come home, you're not sitting there going, oh, I wonder what happened there. You know exactly what happened. You don't need video camera proof. I
All
mean,
right, buddy.
I understand. Okay. Back up a minute. Take it from a different perspective because that was super cynical of me.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, so steel man your position here.
So I'm going to back up a minute and be like, okay, so animals with and dogs with separation anxiety, being able to pull up that camera, and I'm almost 100% certain that thing has a fucking microphone on it.
It does microphone on it, well, so you can talk to the dog. Yeah,
So if they can hear your voice, they're usually doing better. So if you take some extra time when you first get it and calm them down, it might help with separation anxiety. Get a dog to stop barking 400 hours in a day. Yeah.
Well, see, that'd be my biggest concern with the pup. But so you say separation anxiety, you kind of hit the nail on the head a little, because this is more for a person who wants and needs to check in on the dog, a little more overly active, not even dog, but like pet parent, helicopter pet parent, right?
Yep.
But to your point about, hey, if they destroy something, the damage is already done. Or let's say you work not our jobs where we kind of focus on what we're doing, but let's say you have a chance and every hour and a half you check in on the pup. Or I bet you there's a fancy version of this that has like motion detection.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? You see the pup or cat starting to fuck something up, and maybe just hearing your voice and thinking you're around and going, nah, don't chew that, don't bite that, don't destroy. Maybe you save a couple things because you can yell at them or correct them, or however you raise your pet. There might be the opportunity to maybe save a few things in the early days of freedom.
I'll give you that.
Again, I'm not buying one of these because it's ridiculous. The thought, if I could just give the pet a treat. So what I don't need a camera. I need an app on my phone where I could once in a while go, she needs something. Now again, ours is in the kennel, right? But if she was out freedom or this thing was in the kennel, where I could push the button and it gives her a treat and just gives her the pre-recorded voice of going, me or the missus going, you're a good girl, we love you. Treat. That's all I need. I don't need to see the dog. I don't need verbal interaction, right? Like, just a little like, hey, how are you? Like, we love you.
We are totally on different sides of this. Fuck all that. Your dog don't need treats without doing something.
No, that I do agree with. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to say, like, I can see how people could feel this way, right?
Yeah.
We talked just earlier before we started recording about we're back on a real serious training regimen for one reason or another. The dog has been doing great, but we don't want her to slip back into puppy habits, right?
Right.
Yes, you don't give the dog any kind of treat just because. Like, ever.
Right.
So,
even our little corgi, he knows one trick, and that's TikTok, and that's for a treat, and that's it. And he does it really well.
I kind of get that. Yes, like that makes sense, right? Obviously, some stuff is going to make this list for cleaning purposes. A multi-purpose carpet and upholstery cleaner.
I will shout out Bissell's. I have the old version of this. I have the old version of this little multi-purpose carpet cleaner, portable carpet cleaner. Fucking amazing.
We borrowed one from an aunt one time when our previous dog was getting old and a little incontinent, was making a few messes now and then. Mm-hmm. Man, those things do a hell of a job. I agree. For a pet owner who might not do this thing, or someone who their dog is still learning or they're getting a little older, one of these Bissell water steam activated, get down and clean up your floor, because they are actually a pretty good, compact, relatively inexpensive gift.
Yep.
They're less than $100 for like a nice one, right? Air purifier, obviously. There's pet dander in the air and all that stuff, right? So
if you got a problem with pet dander, you shouldn't own a fucking pet.
Change the air filters in your air conditioning system quicker. All right. We're gonna burn through these because we got some other stuff we got to talk about.
Okay.
LLB and reversible dog field coat. Okay.
Ripley would do really well with this. Not gonna lie.
I was totally anti dog clothes, and then took her up to the hunting land one day to bomb around with the other dog, and the other dog had a coat on, so she put hers on. I put it on her. She took it great. She seemed warm. She was very comfortable. It actually did help.
Motherfucker, you guys have matching flannels. Don't give me that.
Listen, okay. first of all, yes, what you're saying is true, but only because they make red and black flannels
Yep.
in every bit of clothing ever since forever. It was just a coincidence, but yes,
That's
unfortunately, there
great.
was a time where she had, but the new one's blue. Michelle very specifically bought one that didn't match any clothes I had.
Good on
Uh,
her.
yeah, right. The Ultimate Chew. We talked about Kongs earlier. You
Yeah.
can put toys in them. They're basically indestructible. They're great.
Yep.
Pet cooling pad. No,
Don't need it.
that's
Don't
that's
waste
a
your money.
waste of money. We get into more chew toys.
Yep.
It's pretty common sense stuff for a lot of things. But I mean, if it was me, man, if I had to pick a highlight off this list,
If you say the personalized freaking custom knitted pet face sweater, I'm slapping the shit out of you the
no,
next
I'm
time I
definitely
see you.
not. No, although just because of my algorithm and dogs and things, the matching your hoodie dog hoodie thing comes a lot up on my feed.
That's
I'm
fun.
never getting a matching dog hoodie. I think it would have to be. I already have a treat pouch. The first thing we
Yep.
talked about, right? Honestly, I'm gonna have to say, for like a pet owner, it's the carpet cleaner,
I would,
especially if they have a new puppy or an old puppy.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
rent them, sure, at the hardware store or the grocery store. They all still basically rent Bissell carpet cleaners all the time. You don't
Yeah.
notice because it's
But
so in the zeitgeist. You don't even think about it.
those little things
That's neat.
hardly take up any room.
Right,
Like,
and it's something that most people would never buy for themselves.
yeah.
You know
No,
what I mean?
no.
But also, runner up, consider the environment, the dog coat thing. Like I said, my dog was hanging out in the woods, and it definitely saved her a bunch of scratches from trees and buckthorn and stuff. Right?
Oh, God,
There's a bunch
yes.
of scratches on the coat. Like it saved her a bunch of just random scratches. She would have been licking and itching for days, and it kept her a little warm because it was kind of cold that
Yeah.
day. She don't have like thick fur. Like
And she
runner
ain't
up,
got a lot of fat. Like,
and she don't have a lot of
she
fat.
is a
She's a pretty lean
lean
dog,
dog.
right? Yeah. So you got to think. But you mean yeah, like you always see the coats. They have to put the sweaters on the greyhounds who have basically nothing.
Yep.
Consider your dog's weight and fur or hair or whatever. Like
And where you
yes,
live.
you don't have to put a coat on your dog, but keeping your dog warm with a coat is also kind of not an asshole thing to do if it's super cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways,
And
that's the
PSA boots. Little boots if you're walking your dogs on ice and cold concrete and stuff
if you
in
can
the middle
get
of
them to
winter.
keep them on. A
Yeah,
lot of them just like to they either pull them off or they walk like
they're
they're jack boots, like
yeah.
it's Nazi Germany.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of training with them, and it takes a lot of time, but they will eventually get used to them.
Yeah, if you have the patience to do that, they certainly do help because I mean I remember all the days where the dog would be out in the cold and holding one paw up at a time, trying to let it warm up, and then switching them, and like you feel bad, but you want them to be outside. So it is what
Yeah,
it is.
and then they lick their paw, and then they make it worse because then they make their paw wet, and it's just a mess.
Right. Uh, so where do we go from here, buddy? There are a couple other things I wanted to sort of bring up with you. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to save what I think is going to be a mild argument till kind of the end. But it's coming up. It's
I
coming up.
see what that is
It's
actually.
coming up. It's coming up real quick, folks. So, cordless appliances are on the rise, pal.
Oh yeah.
Cordless tools on our job sites have been big for a long time, but now a cordless mixer, a cordless, you know, before the fancy turkey knife with the two blades plugged into the wall was the thing.
Yep.
Then you had ones you could charge up. But yeah, the battery operated tools are really a huge offering this year. When I looked at this, almost every third or fourth thing that came up was a rechargeable battery powered, KitchenAid something or other.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a cordless KitchenAid mixer.
Nice. So are you talking about the two paddle mixer that you
Yep.
used to get to lick as a kid, or not like a dough mixer? You still have to plug those in, right?
Oh yeah, the big KitchenAids that I have. Yeah, the one that I
Yeah,
have.
that one's still got to go, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, that stuff seems to be really like catching on the rise now, right?
for sure.
And I saw what I'm probably gonna buy one, but I'm gonna wait until they kind of get it down to be really good. A gravy boat that sits on a warmer.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Not candles, a ceramic base and a ceramic top, and they had both options. You could get battery operated ones or a plug-in one, or it heats it up from below, and when you're done, you pour your gravy, you put it back on that, and it keeps the gravy in the gravy boat warm. Genius. How many times have I poured cold gravy onto something and going, fuck, I wish I had the warm stuff out of the pot on the stove.
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, especially when, say, you're throwing a gathering, right? And you have stuff in a crock pot, or you have mashed potatoes in a crock pot, just keeping them warm, and then you have cold ass gravy.
Crazy. It's
That is a
it's
great
still
idea.
gravy, but it's a bummer, right? Like,
Right.
yeah. So, yeah,
Nobody
being able
likes
to have
cold
like
gravy.
the warm gravy from the thing. Now, it's like anything else. If you want to use a gravy boat and you have more than 6 people,
Yep.
you're basically refilling that from the pot every 3 minutes
Yeah.
while the first groups of people are sitting down, right? It's a tough thing as it is. Most of the adults know. They'll get up while other people are using the gravy boat sitting at the table. They'll go to the stove. They'll just take some with the ladle right out of the pot that's still warm, put it on their food. They
Right.
don't need the fancy gravy boat. But if you had a few people over and tried to have a nice dinner, it's sort of a nice little
Yeah. I
deal,
mean,
right?
yeah. When we sit down around Thanksgiving, everything's on the table. Nobody's serving up in the kitchen. You're sitting around the table. Have
Right.
something nice that's sitting there keeping the gravy warm. Battery operated? Come on, man.
Yeah, with a smaller group, like, yeah, it seems
Shit,
like
yeah.
I looked at it. I'm like, damn it, I'm probably buying one of those. Like, shit. Okay, fine.
It's a great idea.
So one more thing, and then we're gonna get into the argument here about something.
Yeah, sure.
This was from delish.com. It talked about we all know, most of us anyway, the breaking of the wishbone from the turkey.
Yep.
Now you're supposed to let them dry out for a while. So the people who actually try to break them on Thanksgiving, I always thought was weird because it's not dry enough to like snap in half. They crack and they fight to try to twist it off, or whatever, right? There is a guide on delish.com to winning the fishbone break.
Yeah.
How fucking competitive do you got to be that you're reading up on tips and tricks of the way you can move your hand or whatever? I didn't even look because I was so frustrated about what the tips and tricks were to try to win your wish to come true from breaking the. Get the hell
Look,
out of here,
man,
My family is competitive as shit when it comes to like playing games. Sorry, let me rephrase. My in-law family is competitive as shit when it comes to playing games and wanting to win.
Right.
I'm not hating on them, but they really, really are.
Right.
How competitive do you got to be to want to win the wishbone break?
Dude, I tell you what, here, I'll just give you an easy tip. Don't be the person that pulls. Don't pull on that wishbone. Keep your hand steady. Let the other person rip off the other side and you win. It's pretty simple.
Really?
Yeah.
You just it's a stand your ground Thanksgiving rule is
Yeah.
what you're telling me. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Just don't pull.
I don't know the last time I actually pulled a wishbone with anybody else, but if it comes up in the near future, I'm going to take your advice. I'm just going to stand my ground like we're in Texas and see what happens.
Yep. Get them all fired up and get them ready to go so they do it really fast. Don't
And
pull.
and you're saying you'll likely get if you're not the aggressor in this case, it'll likely be a win.
Yeah, 85% of the time it works out.
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Yeah,
shout out,
amen to that.
Shout out, Ron Burgundy. Oh, very
funny.
good, man. All right, so when we're gonna get to the end of it here, folks, but I got to call John out here.
I guess he's going to piss me off on something here.
Yeah, it is. We have spoken in the past. I've teased you. You've spoken about how you will bake very often. I gave you a lot of grief because you so very rarely have brought me any baked goods.
Yeah.
Mostly your wife suggesting you bring them home. Quick side note that I did forget to put on the list here, but I meant to a bunch of times. Go to your local dollar store, buy a bunch of cheap Tupperware with caps, and take them to your family event or have them at the event you're hosting for people to take home leftovers.
Yeah, the super cheap ones.
They are so super dirt cheap. Don't put them in the microwave or the dishwasher. I'm
Nope.
telling you from experience.
They're just a refrigerator. That's it.
For 50 cents a container, here, take this and fill it up with leftovers to go home. It's a really nice, cheap touch. Just remind everybody, hey, not dishwasher or microwave safe.
And don't bring them back to me. I don't want them back.
Yeah, that's a donation. keep that, throw it in the trash. I hate to add to the landfill, but whatever you got to do.
Right.
But that's a side note. So you brought up the first weekend of hunting this year
Yep.
a very tasty banana bread.
Yep. Well, that's what everybody told me. I don't know if it's actually true or not.
It is true. I'm not blowing smoke. It was a very, very, very tasty banana bread. I don't know. Jeez, I should have talked about my old man stuff here. All right, let me sidestep.
Okay.
I did one of the most adult things of my life recently, and I told you about it real briefly the other day. So recently, we got pumpkins for Halloween that we were going to a carving party with some family. Well, we got over there and we're having fun and we're all talking. And we decided it's way too late. Nobody feels like carving pumpkins. Everybody just take their pumpkin home with them. We're just hanging out and having fun.
There you go.
Well, we had 2 pumpkins that we want to do something with. So my missus says, well, why don't you look up a recipe for making, pumpkin bread or muffins or something? And after a bunch of real subtle hints that I was the one who was going to be doing this, I started looking up ingredients and recipes and this and that. So I said, all right, do what you got to do. I'll go find the stuff. Yes, I get it. You want me to make something out of that.
Right.
I made, from a recipe I found on the internet, what, according to my spouse and a couple people I took it over to, was a really excellent recipe for making pumpkin. We roasted the pumpkins. I made puree, not from a can, from scratch, everything but the icing, real live pumpkin bread and muffins and whatnot. I'm going to be willing to let you choose the judge, and I'm going to put my pumpkin recipe head to head with your banana bread, and I'm so confident that I'm going to win. I'm putting it out on the internet right now.
No,
I'm so confident that I'm going to be the preferred loaf bread dessert.
I'm not
Anybody but your wife or your kids or my spouse.
No, I'm not taking that bait. I will go head to head with you on a pumpkin bread.
That's fine too. You want,
because you can't
apples for apples.
You can't do banana bread to a pumpkin bread because somebody might really like banana and hate pumpkin. You can't take that chance.
Totally fair. But
I'll make.
Would you admit for the posterity online of the podcast that you have vastly more experience baking than I do? You've been doing it with the kids and the family and stuff right?
I would definitely say that.
Right.
Not vastly, but more.
Okay. We have we call it the Not So Silent Night. The motorcycle gang, gang. Our motorcycle family we hang out with. We have a pre-Christmas party that one of our friends hosts every year. They call it
Not So Silent Night.
Not So Silent Night, right?
Because we get a little loud and obnoxious.
Right. Would you be willing to call that a fair group of people to go head to head with me on a pumpkin bread?
Absolutely.
Folks, we will post the results next month sometime in December when this all goes down. Dude, I'm so confident I would almost bet anything you wanted to. Do you have any ideas off the top of your head? What do you think would hurt me to the core to give up or to do? I'm so confident in this. I think I got lucky. And again, I didn't come up with this recipe. I found it on the interwebs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it tasted so nice. It was so, and the old thing I was trying to get at earlier was we then, since the first batch turned out so great, went out and bought a box of little candy sugar pumpkins.
Yeah.
I spent an evening roasting, pureeing, and vacuum sealing bags of puree in the exact right amount so that I could make them during the winter time.
Man,
it was the most it was the most adult thing I've ever done.
And
if someone had texted me what you were doing, I would have had to lie.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, what are you doing? I'm pureeing pumpkins so I have some for the winter to make snacks.
Yeah,
it was the most adult thing. It was it was the closest thing I've ever done to making what do you call it when you jar stuff up? Preserves?
Canning.
It was the closest thing I ever did to canning.
Yeah.
Vegetables or whatever.
That's great, man. That is great. I did that for years. I did that for years. Puree roast pumpkins, especially after Halloween. Roast them up, bag them up, just for pumpkin pies and everything else. Absolutely.
All right, so you said you've done that for years. I'm saying I've done it once after making one recipe, and you're telling me that you're not willing to claim you're vastly more experienced at this than I am? I did it once. You said you did it for years.
I'm trying to be humble.
You're not confident at all. I'm worried. Don't be humble. What's the fun in being humble?
I mean, I've baked a lot more shit than you have, but
there's no arguing.
Vastly's a big term.
Yeah, vast. Vast.
I tell you what.
By definition, you're right. It's a big term.
It's a big difference. I tell you
literally and figuratively.
I think the loser. Ooh, I might be shooting myself in the foot.
Careful.
The loser pays for next year's deer processing of the other person.
Done.
We
got it on video. Done. Some posterity on the internet. Deal.
All right.
Next year, the loser pays for the other guy's deer processing.
Yep.
Okay.
Pays his portion.
Now, keep in mind, you're talking about a slim year this year, and next year we might have 4 deer.
Yep.
You might be paying for a guy's whole thing. Okay, I'm in. I'm totally in. All right, great bet, great idea. I'm in. I've got nothing else, buddy. What do you got?
I have nothing, man. I will say this. When it comes to Thanksgiving, take a minute, look around your life. Even if you aren't where you want to be really, really thoughtful and really, really thankful for the things that you have, because not everybody has them.
I totally agree, man.
It's pretty simple. And even if you don't have a lot, you still have more than some. So keep that in mind.
Exactly right. Yeah. If I can reiterate, and I love everything you said there, man, please consider what I mentioned earlier. Buy a couple turkeys, donate them to the food shelf, buy one of the paper bags at your local grocery store, and, just spend a few bucks and give back people who really need it. There definitely are people out there who need some help, who are not going to have a good holiday without your help. So please, I hope you've done that at this point. I know this didn't come out super early, but maybe you'll remember for the following year. John, thankful for you, buddy. Thankful for the podcast. Thankful for my family and yours.
Right back at you.
And if I can end this on one kind of just silly, stupid note, as of 2024, last year, this may come as a surprise to a lot of people, but macaroni and cheese continues to dominate the side dish game.
Not in my house, don't.
Not in my house at all. I do like a good mac and cheese, but apparently we're in the minority where we live because we think mashed potatoes and stuffing, and especially here in the Midwest, I complained about it last time, the hot dishes and the bean salads and all that. But apparently if you go nationwide, including Canada, apparently variations on the mac and cheese side dish continues to dominate as the most popular, most used side dish.
That just tells me there's a lot of fucked up people in this world. You guys are weird.
I told you, dude. There's so many Southerners who their whole life is NASCAR and Mountain Dew, buddy.
NASCAR, Mountain Dew, and mac and cheese.
And mac and cheese. They love it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please check out our website, isawpodcast.com. If you search us at ishowerafterwork.com, you'll have no problem finding anything. If you want to leave us a text message or a message, you can do that at 507-607-4729. That's 507-607-ISAW, I-S-A-W. And if you have any opinions about anything we said today, please reach out and let us know. John and I get back to you as soon as we possibly can. That number comes directly to both of us, but we do both work for a living, so be patient. And please check out either the Buy Us a Beer tab on our website, where you can support this podcast by buying us one beer or multiple beers. It just goes out to help out the costs that we have for this, and we're doing this for free and entertainment value, so we love anybody who helps us out with that. And if you want to be a guest, please also check out the Be a Guest tab that's there. Very simple pre-interview that we do with a lot of people. Fill out a little quick questionnaire. We'll get back to you. We have a little quick talk with you, and we're looking for anyone who thinks they're out there working for a living, who has something interesting to say. John and I would be happy to talk to just about anybody.
Absolutely.
So, did I miss anything, buddy?
No, you couldn't. I couldn't have said it better. I will remind everybody, a lot of people have to work on this Thanksgiving. They have to work the Thanksgiving day. So for everybody that's working, thank you. God bless you. And remember, the work that you are doing does keep the world working. So,
Perfect.
all right, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Sláinte, buddy.
Sláinte.